Okay, what is up, guys? Good morning. It's Monday, it's chest day. I'm excited to get the day started. I'm doing a different machine at work for the next 2 weeks because the guy's on holiday. I'm up kind of early, it's like 5:30, so um, I feel really awake actually. Me and Travis just hanging out, um, just getting my stuff together for breakfast. I've got totally standard 100 grams shreddies, uh, protein yogurt on the go, and then my kettle's just boiled for my cup of tea. I've changed from having coffee. I don't know why. Just coffee make me feel a little bit sick this early in the morning, so I'm going back to tea for a little while. And I always have it with the skimmed milk, so the lowest fat milk. It's gone there somewhere. 0.1 fat per 100 mils. So you get that like that. I'm gonna fill my gallon up for the day. I'm gonna get probably a whole one of these done before I actually leave the house. Pack my stuff up for work. And I've got my stuff meal prep from last night up there, so I've got 2 meals there, tea break and lunch. Tomorrow's tea break and lunch. I only meal prep the 4 days because the rest of the meat is down there, but I ran out of containers because my mum keeps taking them and giving them to the chickens. So what I'm going to do is just going to eat that, get my stuff ready, get to work. I've got ages actually. I got up way too early. I've got like another hour before I actually got to leave. Try and sort this thing out up here. See what I can do with it. It's gone crazy last night. I mean, like, I don't know what to. No idea what to do with that. A bit challenge. So I'll see you guys probably at the gym. Probably at the gym. Take care. So just before I go, I'm going to take my vitamins and stuff like that. So I'm currently taking that's a multivitamin with added minerals. So it's got some more stuff than my one I used to take because it's got the added minerals in it too. Glucosamine sulfate, again, like I say, absolute lifesaver. That just it's helped my joints so much every day. Got to have it. It's quite a big tablet though. They're quite a big size, but you know, they all go down together. I always take them all together. Vitamin D3, like I say, I need that because I work in a factory, so get some sunlight. You know, omega-3, again, just standard that you got to have. Isn't that right, Travis? You got a fur hanging in your mouth. Yep, Travis agrees. Right, let's do it. That's actually a quick shot of how big the tablets are. Glucosamine, omega-3, multivitamin, and D3 at the bottom. I just take all four together. Saves the hassle of having to do it 4 times over, I guess.
Okay, what is up, guys? Welcome to the gym. Here we're doing some chest and triceps. So, my main goal, as I've said a few times, is to try and improve my bench press and try and improve my form of the bench press. So, although I know I can increase my weight, I don't feel like I'm doing it correctly. So, I'm trying to really focus on not overloading the weight and just make sure that I physically lift it properly. Here we've got Ellis. He was doing this is absolute max lift he's ever done. This is a PR for him. He managed to get 100 kilos out, so 220. As you can see, not the cleanest reps, but he got them out. He physically lifted it, and as it is a really heavy week, to a degree, when you go for that sort of weight, you almost slightly pull back on your form slightly just to physically move the weight, and that naturally happens because you're not in your comfort zone of being able to lift it with full control. You have to push that extra bit. So here, this is me going for my 60 kilos. Like I said before, people probably don't think this is a very heavy weight, but to me it is. And as you can see that I'm trying to get the positioning right, trying to work out how I should be, where my feet go, mentally trying to remember all the stuff I've heard and watched and tried to learn over the past few weeks. And it felt a lot more comfortable. My hands went probably about 2 or 3 inches in from where they were before. And I think my issue was I was going too wide on the grip and therefore sparring my elbows out too far and then pushing from my delts. So I got out 4 sets of this, and then the third set, which is this set, the fourth set, which is what you're seeing now, is the drop set. So I went from 60 kilos down to 40 kilos, and then we do the drop set till failure. So I felt a lot more control, and I felt like I could push from my chest more. I do for some reason get some sort of like a lock-in sort of feeling in my lats. I don't know if that's correct, more on one side than the other, which could be from a previous injury I actually had years ago from motocross. So I'm not really too sure, but either way, I feel like it's improving, and week by week it's going to continue to improve. So that's what I want to do. I don't expect, and you guys can't expect instant results. You can't expect to say, I'm going to fix my bench press, and then the next time you use it, you try out this particular style, it's fixed straight away, because that isn't how it works. You have to learn how to do it, and then learn your way of doing it, because no one has exactly the same way of doing it. So I felt really good doing that, and it felt comfortable. I think I've done well. There was Stacey making another appearance. She's managed to sneak into about 3 videos in a row now, so she's doing pretty good. Here we do incline chest. I mean, I felt like I was going low enough when I was pressing these, but watching the video back, I could have gone a little bit deeper. I mean, it's not like it was half reps. They were full reps, but I felt like I could have gone slightly lower on the press, as you can see there. If they're coming parallel, I could go slightly below parallel, I guess. But I'm pretty happy I got the 28s up. I think I may have been able to go for 30s if I'd really pushed it, but with doing a new PR on bench just before this, it's kind of hard to go for a PR on the dumbbells too. I mean, that's another thing people got to remember is they'll go and they'll PR, or like they'll do a full workout, and then they'll want to PR on their bench press, their incline press, their decline press, and then all their tricep movements, just wondering why they can't get the heaviest weight up. If you set one PR in your entire workout, you've done really well, and you should be happy with that. And if you set a PR in your first exercise, there's a good chance you spent a lot of energy that you otherwise would have used on other exercises, because you push yourself that little bit further mentally. That's a new word, mentally. Mentally and physically, you've pushed yourself a little bit further to make that. So all you can do is go 100%, and after a time, it'll build up to the point where you can set new PRs and increase your weights. Ellis got 40s up for incline chest, and that was a PR for him. His previous best was 36s. He made a 4 kilo jump in one day, but his bench improved as well. Whereas me, my bench improved and my dumbbell stayed the same. So it differs per person, differs per workout, depends what you ate during the day. So, you can't go. What I'm saying is you can't go in there and expect everything to go perfectly every single time you go in there, because sometimes it just won't, and there's nothing you can do about that. And sometimes it's just the way it is. So we did. This was a silly idea. I put the camera in front of me for incline chest, and then I kind of leaned back, and I got that really weird look of just staring between like my chest. I don't know. It makes me laugh whenever I watch it. And the camera is on a slight tilt as well. And it's really funny when you try and video with your camera in the gym, because a lot of times people don't realise you're videoing, and they'll just like walk straight in front of it and stand in front of it. That was Ellis trying to push me for a 6th rep out of my between 3 and 5. I got the max of 5, and he was like, do 6, do 6. I was like, I can't do 6. I'm pretty sure I could have done 6, but I'd already come down so low to drop the weights onto the floor, I couldn't have gotten back up and thrown it up again. So that was my drop set now, going down from 28 kilos down to 18 kilos. Roughly a 30% drop, if my math was correct at the time, that is. And the drop sets work really well for me. They're my personal favourite. I'd much rather do drop sets than supersets. But a lot of people don't like to do... Well, like I know a lot of people that would just like to do the exercise, have a minute rest, next exercise, whereas I like to always throw something in. So I'd rather do a superset than just individual sets. I'd always like to try and superset, drop set, everything. Just 'cause for me, I feel like I get the most blood, most activation of the muscle. So that's feels the best for me. And this one, it's really weird because if you actually watch my right arm, you see that is on the shoulder. It actually sort of clicks backwards. Now that is where my rotary cuff injury is. That is, I had a motocross injury in which I crashed and the impact went onto the top of my shoulder, pressing it downwards where I hit the face of a jump and it compressed my shoulder down. The physiotherapist I've been to go and see, she says that the most likely thing is that I've pulled the ligaments and stretched them, and now they're just sort of loose so that it moves about the socket when I click it back and forward. So it's kind of one of the things where she basically said you kind of just got to deal with it. You can try and work on it. So I do my physio workouts, not as much as I should, but I do them. But it is a disadvantage in sometimes. Things like the like here you can see cable flies. Also, it happens when I do the lat pull down as well. You see my shoulders popping all over the place, so you know. But we will have our injuries and things like that. Now this, I've always loved training triceps. I've always loved the push down, and it wasn't until I watched this video that I saw how bad my form is. And it's stupid to say that, but we've started pushing it heavier and heavier the last 2 or 3 weeks. But I know it's been hard to do. But I didn't realise my shoulders sitting too high and I'm not coming up high enough on the actual press. And when I drop the weight, this is how the reps I should have been, or how I thought they were for the other sets. Where I'm training nice controlled. Even there I could have come up higher, I should have gone above parallel. So yeah, that's not too good. But it's good that I've videoed it, good I watched it back, criticised it, and next week when I go to do triceps, I'll keep that in mind, drop the weight slightly and get the form right. Because, you know, as much as people want to lift the heaviest they can, you've got to make sure you do it correctly as well. Because there's no point throwing a heavy weight if you're not using the muscle properly, or you might as well not bother training it. So, Ellis got really good form on these. He's got solid arms. He's got really good strength as well, and he managed to hold it perfectly. So, I don't even like watching these videos. They're killer. They're like the skull crusher we're doing. We increase the weight every week, and so that's a 20 kilo bar, 10 kilos on each side, and I believe a 2.5 as well. As I just said, Ellis got strong arms. I could not do that weight. I tried for one set and it almost did crush my skull, so I dropped that one down. I can't really exactly remember what I did, but you have to just wait and look. I believe it was 7.5 each side. I'm not too sure. Yep, 7.5 each side. 35 kilos total. So I think, to be honest, skull crushers with 35 kilos is still pretty decent in my opinion. I do flare my elbows out slightly because I do have, again, another injury. I have lots of injuries actually in my right elbow, and if I keep my elbows dead straight on tricep movements, it puts quite a lot of pressure on the inside of the elbow, which is where the injury is, and it makes it really sort of burn up and hurt quite a lot. So I avoid that. There's ways to get around things like that. So I just hook the elbows out ever so slightly. If you actually look at the right hand elbow, you can see that it does sort of pop out ever so slightly, but all my injuries on my right hand side as well. I've had so many injuries, but all of them from motocross. All of them on my right hand side. Here we go, my favourites, calves. I love training calves and I want to make them bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't know, they grew so fast to start with, and I got the definition, they just bulged out. And now they've calmed down since I've been doing different workout plans. So I'm going to trust the plan, I'm going to stick with it for the whole time until after next tour. But I think when we come back, I'm going to write us a plan properly and do what I feel works best for me, because I like to use the plan, so I like to try new things because we get new exercises and new styles of working, but I think I've almost gathered enough on certain body parts to know what works for me and what doesn't. For instance, on calves, the weight on this was between 10 and 12 reps. For me on calves, I'll always hit 30 reps, between 25 and 30 reps with sort of quite a low weight and just really squeeze both edges. Whereas this was doing like 45 kilos and 10, 12 reps. And it's like, I just don't feel that activation. And these aren't in the plan as well, these tricep dips. I've added these in afterwards because that's where I feel the most activation in my triceps, is things like tricep dips. So that's what I've started doing as well. Right, so this is the end of the commentary. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll leave you with the outro, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Please remember to give me a thumbs up, give me a shout out. Catch you guys later. Take care. Okay, what is up guys? I've just got home, made myself some dinner. I've got 2 chicken breasts and a massive portion of rice. That's like 250 grams I think. So like 90 grams of carbs there. Got a bottle of water, orange juice, YouTube coming up, and it's going to be way too close to my face.
Nice and up close and personal, huh? So tired. Chest day was good. I'm going to try and put this down somewhere because that is really close. It's a bit unnerving to see my face that close up. That'll do. So, I've just got home from the chest day, chest and triceps, and some calves. I got bench up for 60 kilos, which, although it isn't a massive bench press, I know a lot of people will be like repping that and saying that that's their low weight or whatever, but I'm really happy with that. I finally think I've got my form correct on it, and it felt comfortable. I felt I could push from my chest. I wasn't feeling like I was pushing from my delts. From the side view, it does look like I could have got my delts rolled back further and pushed, but I'm not really too sure. I think I got it right, but I'm not 100% certain. So back to Omar's video to see my comparison from mine to his. But yeah, it went really good. I'm exhausted right about now. I don't know, I just feel really fatigued today. I don't know, I'm running a different machine at work today. I'm running a laser cutter. Which, like, without going too detailed about what I exactly do, because it takes me quite a while, the machine I normally use is called a press brake, and that physically folds the metal into the parts. I've actually got one somewhere. Hold on a second. How do? Example, something we make. A little tray. I actually put the folds on that to make it go from flat to folded. The laser cutter will actually cut the flat sheet to put in all the detail and actually make the part from a flat piece of steel. Although the laser cutter is interesting, once you put the sheet up, put the program on, tested your first one and press go, you can't do anything until that's finished. Whereas on the press brake, the machine won't work unless you're physically pushing the pedal and doing stuff. So like, yeah. So it's boring in my opinion. I get so bored and like, just like irritated. I like to always do something. So like, I found myself doing that and doing like 2 other jobs at the same time. So I set that machine running around and did some other stuff, but I think I'm just tired from being bored, if that makes any sense. Like, I was just sitting there, like standing there between, like, sometimes it runs for like 6 minutes, so you don't want to go off and do something else. So you stood there, wait, but standing still for 6 minutes staring at a machine is so tedious. It's like, I don't know. I wish I could have had my headphones in and put on some YouTube videos, but I couldn't, so. I haven't got it in the room. I got a gift from Stacey. I got the other Sour Patch Kids, the other style I haven't even seen before, so I'll be trying those later. They look super, super, super good and super, super, super kind of her. And yeah, my food's gonna get cold, so I'm gonna tuck in. Macros are pretty good today, I think. I'm struggling to hit my fat every single day, which is not a common thing for people in bodybuilding. Most people wish they had more fat to play with, but I'm trying to hit 85 every day, and I think I'm at like 40 at the moment, so I think this meal will bring me up to about 55, maybe 60. So I'm still a fair way out, so we'll see. But I'm going to eat my food. Look how delicious that looks. So I'm going to eat that down. And I don't know what to do after that. Probably just go straight to sleep because it's 9 o'clock already and I'm exhausted. So we shall see. Batman.